Hello everyone. This is going to be your exam 1 instructions. Remember, you have an exam coming up. I just want to let you know some important information about your exam. It will be uh, open at 8 a.m. in the morning, and then it will close by 11:59 p.m. So you have all day to take the exam. The exam covers material from lecture 1, 2, and 3. That's the chapters on review of general chemistry and molecular representations. I just finished writing the exam, and there are 25 questions. You have 60 minutes to complete the exam. You only have one chance to take the exam. It is all done in one sitting, no multiple attempts. And so you need to be careful and do your due diligence when it comes to taking this exam. Um, so if you're not already familiar with it, here at TCC, when you're doing distance learning, a lot of exams are proctored remotely for the convenience of you getting to be able to take your exam at home, the comfort of your own home and on your own personal computer. We do have remote proctoring that's provided by a third-party company called Proctorio, and I will have a video below my video, instruction video, if you haven't done so already, instructing you on how to install the Proctorio plugin in your Google Chrome. Yes, that means you do have to use Google Chrome to take your exam. There is no other way around it. Your exam will not function correctly unless you're using Google Chrome. Thus, please make sure you watch the video below my video on the instructions on how to install the uh, Proctorio plugin so that you have no problems taking your exam when it's opened. So, some rules about the exam: you're not allowed to open anything other than having the exam window open. If you do anything like that during the exam, Proctorio will automatically kick you out of the exam, and I will not be able to get you back into the exam. No exceptions. So make sure there's no going to any other screens or opening up any other screens. All other screens should be closed during the exam. You're not allowed to access your textbook or any of your notes during the exam. What's going to happen is that at the very beginning of the exam, you're going to need to first show a picture ID, you and your picture ID to the camera, because you are required to have a webcam and a microphone on during the exam for the remote proctoring process. So first thing you do, show that you have your ID, and you show your face, and you make sure your face matches up with the ID, so we know that you are actually the person taking the exam. Um, and then after that, you can show because you are allowed to use scratch paper and a hard copy of the periodic table. And the reason why I say hard copy of the periodic table is because if you try to click out of your exam to look at an online copy of the periodic table, like the one from Wiley Plus or something like that, you will not be able to go back in your exam. It will automatically kick you out. So what you have to do is have white paper. Show the camera your white paper for your scratch paper, and then you can do that, or you can just use the whiteboard that's provided to you online in the exam itself. But it's probably easier just to use the white paper. Show the white paper to the camera so everyone knows it's blank, and then also show your periodic table to the camera so everybody knows that all you have on there is your periodic table. You are allowed to use a TI-30 calculator, but there won't be any math on the exam, so don't worry about that. Um, so if there are any violations of these exam rules, of course, you will automatically get a 0 for that exam grade. And just make sure that you're following all the rules, and absolutely make sure that you get Google Chrome downloaded and the Proctorio plugin installed on your Google Chrome app. And again, that video, which is actually from TCC, will be just under my video on instructions on how to install the Proctorio plugin in your computer on your Google Chrome. So just so you have a little bit more of some guidance on what to study for on this exam, I'm going to tell you right now that there's going to be a lot of things about hybridization, and then also know your resonance structures and stuff like that, how to do resonance structures. But first and foremost, remember what I told you during lecture. Organic chemistry is all about carbons and electrons and how those electrons move. And how do we show electrons moving? We use arrows. So make sure you know how to use arrows to push electrons from one place to another. Um, Also know your functional groups and that kind of thing. If you have any questions, let me know. You can either email me. Well, of course, the best way to do it is to email me these days because I'm not at the office. We're all working from home, and so, or you can also IM me on Teams because everybody's been added to the to this class's Teams portal on Microsoft Teams. Everybody should have access to Microsoft Teams. It's a free program. And I'll have my Microsoft Teams open all day, all night, even past office hours. So if you need to send me an IM message because if you're having a problem or you have any questions or something like that, then make sure you IM me on, send me a message on Teams. All right, that's it. Good luck on your test, and just make sure you watch that video on installing Google Chrome and installing the Proctorio plugin before you take your exam, because it will not work if you don't do it. And if you try to do it without doing those steps with Google Chrome and the Proctorio plugin, it will kick you out of the exam and you will get a 0 on the exam. There's no way I can get you back into the exam if you get kicked out of the exam. Okay, so good luck, and I'll see you for the next lecture.